Ever wondered if your trusty old smart plug or that vintage printer is still compatible with your seemingly futuristic home internet? It's a question that pops up more often than you'd think, especially when tech marches on at an incredible pace. We've all been there. You get a new router, the speeds are blazing fast, but suddenly, that one device just won't connect. It's frustrating, and often, the culprit boils down to something called Wi-Fi bands. Specifically, we're talking about the 2.4 GHz band. In the world of Wi-Fi, there are typically two main frequencies your devices can use: 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. The 5 GHz band is the newer, faster option, ideal for high-bandwidth activities like 4K streaming and online gaming. It's like a super-fast highway with less traffic. But here's the catch. The faster speed comes at the cost of range and its ability to penetrate solid objects like walls. This is where the 2.4 GHz band shines. The 2.4 GHz band, while slower, has a much wider range and is better at penetrating obstacles. Think of it as a slower, but incredibly reliable, local road that can reach almost anywhere in your house. Many older smart home devices, some printers, and even certain laptops or smartphones were designed to only operate on this 2.4 GHz frequency. They simply don't have the hardware to connect to the 5 GHz band. This is precisely why the question of whether an internet provider supports 2.4 GHz is so critical for many people. So, let's cut to the chase. Does Rogers Internet have 2.4 GHz? The short answer is yes, absolutely. Rogers, like most modern internet service providers, provides dual-band Wi-Fi modems. This means their routers broadcast both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies simultaneously. Most Rogers modems, especially their newer Ignite gateways, come with dual-band support. By default, these modems often use a feature called band steering. What this does is essentially combine both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz networks under a single Wi-Fi name, or SSID. The modem then intelligently tries to steer your devices to the best available band. For instance, if you're close to the router and your device supports 5 GHz, it will try to connect you to the faster 5 GHz band. If you're further away or have an older device, it will automatically connect you to the 2.4 GHz band. This is generally convenient as you don't have to manually switch networks. However, sometimes band steering can be a bit too smart, especially with those stubborn 2.4 GHz only devices. If your device is struggling to connect, even with band steering enabled, there are usually options to address this. Rogers typically allows you to access your modem settings, often through their Ignite Wi-Fi app or by logging into the modem's web interface. From there, you can sometimes split the Wi-Fi bands, giving the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz network separate names. This allows you to manually select the 2.4 GHz network for those specific devices that require it. So, rest assured, if you're a Rogers Internet customer, your network almost certainly supports 2.4 GHz. It's a fundamental part of providing broad compatibility for all sorts of devices in a modern home. You might just need to tweak a setting or two if you're having trouble with an older gadget. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.